My name is Ryan, you might know me here as Rhapsody on the channel, and welcome to the state of the channel for the end of November 2016. I know we skipped over September 2016, but as that would be needed to be released, I was moving into a quite intense study period. So this state of the channel might seem a little different to a lot of the other ones for a number of reasons. It's going to be notably more unrehearsed. It's going to be one take entirely off the top. It's going to be relatively short, and it's going to end relatively unceremoniously. So most of these I record in one take, and then I redo them and redo them and redo them until I get one perfect, pretty good take. Not perfect. But unfortunately at the moment I have a pretty severe throat infection. I'm coming off the back of it now. Thankfully I went to the doctor and I said, "Excuse me, doctor, please, all of the drugs you have," and she was kind enough to oblige. So I do have the actual use of my voice momentarily back. I haven't got my announcer's voice back, as you might be able to hear. There's a pretty significant difference to the way that I'm speaking now and the way that I usually speak on the channel. And it hurts to do for a long period of time, so that's going to be why I can't re-record this, as you might imagine. So there was no state of the channel last month as a result of moving into a relatively intensive study period, but there was also not an incredibly large amount of things to talk about, except for the fact that I was moving into said study period. All of that was relatively talked about on Twitter and a little bit on Discord as well, both of which are linked in the description down below for the record. Schedule ramp up. So I've got off to the side the list of things I need to talk about. So the schedule was supposed to be ramping back up to 4 or 5 videos a day, each of a different series. That's obviously taken a little bit of a hit. God damn it, I hate when this happens. So I used to get this all the time, but this is probably the worst version of a throat infection I've had in quite some time. Most of them left me with my voice a little bit. I literally could not speak 2 days ago, and then yesterday I could utter half sentences. There's a few episodes of Risk Legacy wherein you'll see I've drawn a mute symbol next to my name, and I kind of rely on the other 4 guys to carry me, because the only talking I can do in those without dying or running out of breath, as you can see, I timed it perfectly to run out of breath as I was talking about it, is to say, you know, I take these troops from here to here. Like, that's the longest sentence I could muster. So there's a few episodes that had to be recorded while I was sick, but for the majority of the time I had to take a few days off that I was planning to be batch recording, because I actually have to go away from Sydney tomorrow. So I'm not even going to be in town to record. I was kind of relying on having the past few days for recording, and now I don't. So that's 5 days knocked out of my schedule. Thanks, throat infection. It's good. I didn't need to run a YouTube channel or anything like that. Anyhow, so the channel ramp up to the usual schedule is going to be taking a little longer than expected. There's a few things that I want to do. One of them is relatively obvious. It's Planet Coaster. If you've seen my Steam recently, you've noticed I've played a fair bit of Planet Coaster recently. I've been scoping it out for a new series, and as soon as I decided, yep, I'll start recording it tomorrow, I woke up the next morning and I was like, it's my impression of me being mute. It's a good one, isn't it? I had so many pre-planned things that I had to do while I was mute that I had to go to pre-arranged engagements while I couldn't speak. There's nothing more awkward than trying to solve like a puzzle room. If you've ever been to a secret room, it's like they lock you in a room and you have to solve a bunch of puzzles to get out. It's like a fun experience with friends kind of thing. There's nothing more awkward than being in one of those and someone's like, "Oh, you found a clue. Where'd you find it? What's it do?" And I'm like, I can't tell you, friends. I'm sorry. Thankfully they had a whiteboard, so I was able to scroll it out. So that's fun. Throat infections are not. So the ramp up to the schedule before is just going to be over the course of the time that I'm away. There's going to be Enter the Gungeon videos every day, because I did have those recorded, thankfully, before this hit. I've got Renowned Explorers for most of the days that I'm away, but not all of them. Unfortunately, can't do much about that. And I do have Risk Legacy recorded for every single day that I'm away. So there will be 3 series running for most of the time that I'm away from the channel. And then when I get back, hopefully I'll still be happy and healthy. Well, still. Hopefully by that time I'll be entirely healthy. I'll be residually happy over the course of the time. And be able to jump back into it. There's a few things I want to do. As I've mentioned with Planet Coaster, I've been playing around a little bit with Hearthstone recently. There's also always the Evergreen Stardew that I want to bring back. I want to do Slime Rancher. I want to do Maze. There's a bunch of things that I'm really keen to do that I would have been able to do over the past 3 days. See, this is the kind of reiteration and basically waffling that I tend to refine in the one takes after this, but I don't get another take because I can already feel that I'm near the end of my tether. So for the moment, there's going to be those 3 series running until the 10th, and then after the 10th I'll return. I'll probably take about a week to buckle down and get all of my recordings done so that I can set up a backlog, after which I'll start streaming again. And then we'll be back at full schedule. It'll be like the good old times. And it'll be like that for a few months because I don't have uni until quite a while after. I don't have any scheduled vacations or anything like that, so it'll all be good. We're all happy about that. Sorry about the abruptness and style of this video. If there were much else that I could do, I promise you I'd be doing it. For the record, though, at the end of the video, because we are doing a state of the channel, I do want to thank the people on Patreon who are kind enough to support me above the $10 tier. I'll be thanking the people who supported me at the $10 tier last month and this month, because I didn't do a state of the channel last month. So that includes Aurora Marie, Ballade, the beautiful Sir Lord, leader of the bottles, the sauciest of all sauces, Jamiesauce. I've never hated that your name is that long until now. The Devil Within 666, Heather, Shmoo, and the Unsinkable Titanic, may she forever roam the seas. My name has been Ryan. You may know me on the channel here as Rhapsody. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves as I've been trying to muster my way through university, illness, and then an unmovable vacation immediately after. We'll be back to normal programming at some point in the near future. Stick around until then. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.